Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Looks good, looks good. Okay. That looks good. Okay, good, good, good. All right, cool. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's 8:05 a.m. where I am. I've got work in about an hour, but I figured I'd pop on and stream for a little bit. Show you what I'm doing. Okay. So we've got, last time we went over some of the Arc. I'm going to shut my door. All right. Last time we went over like some of the, what's it called? Some of the like ArcInventory fragments and whatnot. So I've added a new fragment called serializable. That's essentially to base all the rest of my fragments off of. And I've implemented a couple of functions here called serialize item data for saving and load serialized item data for saving. So what this will do is essentially go through all the fragments. So I've got a query here. That's just on the item fragment, right? So if you remember, an item is made up of multiple item fragments. So this will, you don't need to save everything. Like you don't need to save the texture data or the description of the item. That's all baked into the game, right? But you might need to save durability, or you might need to save like a consumable amount, like you've eaten half of the Snicker bars, whatever, right? So that's where this sucker comes in. It's an arc fragment that's called serializable. So we're going to serialize that data. So let's see what we're doing to do that. So I've started the function here called serialized inventory data for saving. We've got this data structure. We've got an inventory ID. So what this is actually based off a ftable row base. So you can export that or import that from a text file, a JSON, or like more specifically a JSON or a CSV file. So we've got that configured so that we can pretty much save it to wherever we want, right? So if we want to save it with a standard Unreal system, great. If we want to export it out to a MySQL database, boom, we can do either, right? That's just, so this is the inventory data. It contains these will be the same. It's an inventory ID. It's just a GUID. That's the name of the row. It's sort of something that's needed for Unreal. We've got EFC item save data items. So these are just the items. And then these friend functions help check to see whether an item's already in there or not. I don't know if we'll need it, but I usually add it as good practice because you can sort of identify which, if you already have an item in a list or an array, for example, like this. So this is what this looks like, item save data. We get its unique value based on the type hash. So the type hash is the item ID plus the occupied grid ID plus the slot tags. So all those combined together, we generate a hash, and that's its sort of unique key, right? So if we try to add the same thing to the save registry, that won't add, right? All right, so what does this mean? So we're saving off the item save data. We've got item ID. We've got slot tags. So this is usually just going to be like bags, right? So if you've got an item saved in a bag slot, then I'll just be like, inventory dot item or dot slot dot bag, right? And then you've got grid IDs, occupied grid IDs. This is just showing what where they were in the grid. I was about to use slot IDs, but that's you might change the configuration of inventory, so it's better to track, what type of slot it goes in, and its grid IDs like 1 1 or 1 3, 1 comma 3, 4 comma 1, wherever, right? And then save data. So this for each fragment, we're probably going to usually only have one, but I made it a map just in case for gameplay tag and f string. So f string we can sort of convert that back and forth as we see fit, right? So we can change a float to a string or a string to a float. So we can handle that at the blueprint level. So I just kept it generic there. What else? What else? What else? Okay, so yeah, let's go and get into the juicy bits. Serialize inventory data for saving. Okay, so this is the function I'm working on, and we get all of our slot references. So this gets every slot that we have in our inventory. We see if there's an item in that slot. We cast that item as a item stack modular. We see if that stack is we see if that's valid. We get all the fragments, but only return the ones that are. Oh, fuck me! I've been. Shit. Here we go. All right, so just to zoom back real quick. I talked about it, but I'm going to zoom back real quick for maybe I'll edit this before I put it to YouTube or something. Okay. Let's see. Item save data right here. This is this function. Item ID, slot tags, occupy grid ID, save data right here. This is our unique identifier function. Inventory save data. So this is extending the F table row base. That's what enables us to export and import from JSON or CSV. Okay, that's good enough. All right, let's get back to it. All right, so serialize inventory data for saving. We've got save data, inventory ID, name, slot references. For each slot reference, we're gonna take that temp item. We're gonna see if we can cast it as a item stack. We're gonna find all the fragments that are of type serializable. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna enable us to call for each one of these. Get all serializable fragments to save. All right. So get that item ID fragment. So we're going to have that in every item. Okay. And then fragment cereal. Fragment of Cheerios. Okay. So here we've got the fragment serializable. Okay. So for each. Okay. Yeah. So we've got all the list of like savable fragments, right? So our consumable data, our durability data. We loop through all those. We create a new struct for storing that data. We saw that earlier. We set all the variables. We set the slot tag, slot ID, item ID. That looks good. Okay, save data items dot add item save ID. That's fine. We're adding it to the list to save. Okay, that's good. Now, if we take a look at this function, we can see how we're serializing that data. Okay, so here. Yeah. Oh, right. So we're just doing that on a per blueprint basis. So that should be fine. Okay, actually, I think that might be good. I think like we can work from the blueprint from there, at least for the save function. What about load? Load save data. Load serialize save data. Okay, so this is if we want to load it. So we're passing in the save data. So we would want to do the same sort of thing here. So I'm just going to copy paste all this to begin with. Right. And then we don't need this. So we get all slot references. We want to get all the item. Okay, so no, we don't need the item stacks. This is something we don't need. Actually, I mean, we can leave that there just in case. So if this is actually, do we care? For now, I don't care, actually. These should have no items in it. If we're doing a load, we don't really give a shit what's in there. So we can add a check later if something goes wrong later, but I just don't I don't care. I don't care. All right. Oh shit. Okay. No, that's not the right thing to do either, per se. We need to loop through all of our save datas. So, let me do this real quick, because I don't remember the shortcut to fucking... actually, I'm going to just comment all this and start over, essentially. So, all right. So we got this. I don't want to duplicate all that data. That could get pretty nasty. So I'll do a const reference, save data dot. I mean, I guess I can go ahead and set that inventory data, inventory ID, right? Yeah. Why not? Okay, anyways, save data dot items. Okay, so now we can do, we go here. We'll do a for loop on all these. For const save data. If you didn't know, it's like the con. If you do a const, then it's not gonna duplicate the data on a struct. Like if you do that for like a float or any sort of primitive value, then it's just gonna duplicate that value whenever you pass it. Okay. What are you bitching about? We're on 50. What the fuck are you talking about, my dude? Oh. I just changed this definition, so change it here too. There. Now are you happy? Cool. All right. I'll do a quick build just to see. All right. Now save data. Got items. Okay. So actually I'm going to call this item save data. Item.save data. What? Where are you on this second? Okay. Item save data. So we're going to get the item ID. F name item ID. We'll just do that for now. How do we want to populate? That's actually a question. How we want to populate that item data. So I was thinking like maybe we create a database, like not necessarily like a full-blown database, but just sort of a lookup table, we'll say, for item IDs. We'll probably want to create like an item generator API or something like that. That way it's sort of, well, I can change it later if we want to. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. All right, so all right. So on the load, on like an inventory, where's my mouse cursor? There it is. Okay. On load of like an INV, we're gonna load. Oh fuck! I gotta switch to draw.io. I'm not feeling the paint this morning. Blah blah. Yeah. Come on, Jimmy. Make sure you trust Dragons.net. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so what do we want? Like an API? I don't know. Fucking call this process. So item, load item process. So here we need to like look up the item ID and add it to a slot, right? So load item. We need like an item generator essentially. There's already some of that in Arc. Just trying to confirm that's how we want to do it. Yeah, I think we're gonna create like an item generator API. Because there might be some cases where I do it a little bit differently. Right now, it's gonna start off with, I'm gonna just do it with the database, the table row thing, right? So yeah, I'll talk to, where's it at? We'll just call it this. Yeah, that's fine. We'll call it like item generator API. And for now, this sucker is just gonna load item. We're just gonna look it up or generate item by. We're gonna generate the item by ID, and this will look it up. Where's my DB icon? Where's my database icon? Right there. And we'll say item ID to item definition map. Okay, so what this will do, it'll go here. It will item ID to item definition map, and then it will generate and return the item. So like, we'll just go here. Go like, generate here. And this generates an item. And it'll go back to, it'll return back to this. Return item to Arc. We'll just say return item. Return generated item. Yeah. Yeah. And then after that, that's when we start doing our load stuff. Okay. I think that'll be good. I think for what we can do is sort of just create a blueprint function for now in here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So we don't have to go boot up the thing and all that crap. We're just going to do this. Okay, we're going to create here. So this function allows us to essentially define the header for the function, right? But don't actually define the contents of the function, so we can implement that in a blueprint. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Here we go. Okay. So we'll do this, and we'll say generate item by item ID. Wait, no. I want to do it here. Does it belong here? Generate item for item ID. Fuck it. Yes. I'm just going to put it here for now. Inventory item. We'll call it save system. I need to add this on the tip of all these. Inventory, save system, save system, save system, save system. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Okay. Right here. And then we need a item ID. That'll be right here. Okay. And then here. Okay, that'll work for now. That will do. Really, it should be like the modular one. I don't see why it shouldn't be. So, fuck it. Okay, so here we'll do this, and we'll say this, and we'll say this. I got a ding ding on my phone. Generate item right here. Okay. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? You ever just like, you know? All right, item stack. Item stack. Okay, so if is valid, item stack. That's good. Okay, item stack. Now let's do the same shit we were doing here. Yeah, so I think actually we want to do all this crap in a way. So what I'll do, there, I'll take that. And then if is valid item stack. Now I could probably remove some of this crap. Boom, boom, boom. Is valid temp item. This is where it is. Okay. Now if I do this, does it fix it? No, I need to do this. Okay. All right. So is the generated item stack right here? Is it valid? Okay, great. Then we can say base item stack, base item stack, base item stack. And then that would be the modular item stack. Okay, okay. So now we can do this. We get all the fragments. Okay. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, poopy. So how am I going to uniquely identify these fragments, these savable fragments, to a item, or to a specific item fragment? So we're going to loop through all the fragments, out fragments, item ID fragment. We don't need that anymore. We already have our item ID up here, so that can go. So we've got all of our fragments here. And if we do that, okay, great. And then can we do like item save data? Okay. So interesting. I gotta think through this, because this might be a little trickier than I thought. So we've got, you know, a grid right here. Bip, 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 bip. Okay, so we've got. What happens if we have like a rifle here? This is rifle 1, and this is rifle 2. Rifle 2. Okay. How would I uniquely identify each one of these? I think each one of these would be uniquely grouped. Just gonna make sure to do that, right? So here we get all the slot references. It has okay, that's what I was missing up here. Yes, okay. Okay, so if we do like this, now we can say like T array of this, and we can call it like processed items, right? And if we can go through here, blah, 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 is valid. Okay, all the fragments, blah, 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 blah. So if plot ref right here. Ooh. Okay. Here. Now, if we do this, we can say processed items. Oh, timeout. Tmap of tmap of item stack base, yep, to this. Can this be a reference? What? Oh. That work? Okay, so now if contains if it contains this. Yeah, check if it contains the key. Then here we can, if we've already added it to our save item map and it's the same item, then we just need to add to the grid location here. Now here we need to say process items.add. We need to add this specific pointer. Add this to and have this item save data. Okay. All right. Yeah, that. I'm assuming I did that right. Should do goddamn C++. I think that's just should do because it's like reference, so it should reference the exact spot. So that should be good. Okay. So yeah. Don't recreate this every time. Okay. So now if that is the case here, right? So if we, that should be good. Now if, on the other hand, if we do this, we can get, this is what we need right here. 32 grid ID to add, we'll just call it that. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then we can say process items at item stack dot. Okay, that. There we go. Good. Okay. That should be good. That should be good. That should be good. Because now each one of these items should represent a unique item. It won't ever show a duplicate because it would be a different item. Okay, cool. Now we can come back here. Now we know that each one of these is a unique item, so we don't have to worry about that. So if we have an item ID, we generate the item, we make sure everything's valid, we get all the fragments, and then we get the fragment serial. Okay, we want our Cheerios, and then we say this load serialized item data. And that'll be handled in the blueprint. Yeah, it should be. Why the hyperlink? Go the fuck away. Okay, man. Good. Maybe not const, maybe just the reference thing. It'll work. No. Okay, whatever. Don't care. It'll work. What? What? Hold on. Hold the fucking load serious item data. Item save data. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Derp. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Slot. Yeah. I think that should be good as far as initiating or implementing that item. We've got all the fragments, blah, 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 blah. We've loaded all the data in the blueprint, blah, blah, blah. So now at the end of this, we should just be able to place it into our slot. So like place item into slot. And we can say this. And we can say get item slot. So we can be like, thinking. What slot? What slot? What slot? What slot? Slot. 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 We get the slot. So we would get the slot by, what do we have? Like item save data. Do this. What is it? Grid ID. So we could be like for grid IDs, occupied grid IDs, and that would be F point grid ID, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then we can say get slot reference for get grid ID for location, grid location, get, fuck, where's my get slot by, get slot ref by grid ID? Maybe this one right here. F, is it endpoints or is that, what is that? Oh, it's no, it's grid IDs. So shit, that needs to be like N32. Why not? Why am I not TRA FM point? Like, why not just do this? Anyways, it'd be easier to read. Like, if I ever have to look at the save data. So I just need to go there. Yeah. Yeah, I like that better anyways. Let's do that. Instead of grid ID, it'd be grid locations. Shit, I gotta change a few things though. Fuck. Oh! Yeah, okay, I did change it. Okay. Yeah. So here it would be that. And then here it would be that. And then get grid location for slot index. Yeah, that's fine. That'll do. Yep. Oh. Okay. That's fixed. Oh, that's updated. Okay. Occupy grid locations. Get slot for the grid location right here. Okay. And that returns this. So it could be like slot ref is equal to that. Okay. And then we can say this. Place it into that. Okay. And then we need a tag. So here we can say inventory event context item swap. We can create another one called item, or we'll call it inventory. We'll say item load. event. Yeah. Item load. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's good. Okay, that's good. Now go here, go here, go here, blah blah, da ba da. Okay. Now is that good? Okay. Actually, so this assumes this actually needs to be changed a little bit. This needs to go here. This needs to go here. So what just happened in my head was I was realizing that we'd only save the items in their locations for items that quote unquote have it's like individual savable serializable fragments. But if we wanted to support more than that, then what we can do is this. So item save data. Yeah, and plus we're creating a whole bunch of extra items here. Oops. Okay, so this is all needs to happen like outside of this. So like right here. And then this needs to happen here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's hurting my brain a little bit. Okay. So item stack. We get the item. We add the grid location. We out fragments. Okay, we get all the fragments. Okay. So in the items save data, do we... What does it look like? So we've got... Well, I'm still running into that issue where I was thinking about if we have multiple fragments. I think I'm overcomplicating it. I think I'm just going to add it to an existing one. So what we can do is this. So we get all that, blah, blah, blah. Items.save data is equal to serialized item for saving. So instead of just straight up setting that, instead we're going to do for auto serialized item fragment data. This dot at what are you bitching about? What? Oh. Dot add dot key dot value there. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be better. Okay. So there we go. That should be better. So we can do save data dot add this. Okay. That's fine. We loop through all the fragments. We get the savable data. For each one of those, we serialize that item data. And, yeah. Okay. I can handle that in this too. So, like, that's not the end of the world. Although I think I might switch it over to like, shit. No, just leave it alone. Okay. Save data, items, process items, add. Okay, great. And then we've already added. Okay. Okay. All right. Now we've got all these. We've got the item generated. So for each fragment serial, we're actually going to go ahead and pass it in all the save data for that item. So it'll have to intelligently pick which one that it cares about. We can handle that in the blueprint. That's fine. And then for each grid location, we place it into this. Yeah, that might be good. We might be done. Let's see. For all the item save data. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, we actually probably want to do this. For each fragment. We get the serialized data. But if we don't, we can actually just do this. Instead of it being... okay, let's go here. We can just do this. That's fine. We pretty much want to go through all the fragments, right? Right? No, we don't. The fuck? No. Or at least like if we go through the item, we're at least adding it here, right? So like no matter what, we'll add it, even if it doesn't have any. Okay. Yeah. All right, what are you bitching about? Ah, okay. That'll be this. F int point. You okay with that? Okay, great. What are you bitching about? Load. Serializable. What are you talking about, man? All right. What's going on? What the fuck? Member function is already defined. What are you talking about, my dude? I have no idea what it's bitching about right now. Or here. Find. I am sufficiently confused. Find or add. I doesn't like this item save data crap that we're doing here. Um, Does this return like a index or something? Yeah. So N32 will just say item index is equal to this. Right, items dot add items dot add, and then instead of that, we'll just pass it this item index. This, and then we can say save data dot items at item stack. Right? No. At items at, oh yeah. Fuck. Come on, my dude. At this, there. Don't fuck with the reference, just get a cache a reference to its index ID. No, I don't have to worry about it. C++ bullshit. That's better. Load serialized item data. Something's going on with it. Is this pinned? This needs to be pinned. Oh, maybe it was. Okay. Oh, I lost one. This is what needs to be pinned. Okay. So what? Item, fragment, serializable, f string, load. The data is overload of member function not found, and blah 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 blah. What are you talking about? Right there. Gameplay string, right? Maybe he doesn't know what that gameplay tag thing is. Actually, that could be it. Native gameplay tags. We'll just put that here. Wait, blueprint pure? Maybe that's what's going on. I don't think we need to do that. Blueprint native event. I mean, this one's blueprint pure, so. Virtual, bool, blah, 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 blah. I mean, maybe it needs to be the const thing. So like, what is this? Load, so const. And then like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, I'll probably need to do this too. Cancel. Come on, baby. Okay. I think that's good for now. We've got the C++ implementation built, not tested. For saving and serializing item data, I think that'll do for now. I really want to get the basic version of this working because you gotta feel it out. Like, if especially the game has like items and loot and survival based. Like, as I'm testing it, I've got to be able to feel the impact of losing items Otherwise, I feel like I'm just like playing with a prototype, which I am, but I need to have a little more oomph. Otherwise, I'd just lose my sense of direction and focus. You know, it's like, okay, cool, I've got the mechanic working. Now what? Anyways. Thanks. Have a good one. Have a good day. I might pop on later tonight, but probably not. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see.